What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Warboy Podcast. Today is episode 218. And boy, do we have a lot on the plate today. Deion Sanders got involved in some Twitter wars this morning. Maybe not the greatest image you want to portray as a college football coach.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Oh yeah, hey, it's Coach Prime. It's Prime, baby. He's got his own things to worry about. Tyrese Maxey had an unbelievable performance yesterday. Everett hitting a logo half-court shot to send the game to OT, picking up a big dub over the Knicks, taking it to Game 6. I am so sorry for all my New York fans, especially Luca. In case you're watching, I'm so sorry. I felt that for you. And the Dodger game last night was a peak moment on Twitter for this MLB season, with everybody getting off their best dad jokes. Everett, I guess we'll start off with the MLB. The Dodgers had a
MLB. I see what you did there.
The Dodgers had a little bit of a belay last night, right? It was a little unbelievable how long it took to get that hive down, huh?
There you go.
You could say Jordan Montgomery, when he found out he got scratched, you could say that stung a little bit, huh? When you say, okay, we're done here. Those are all things that variations of things that my dad texted me last night during the delay. Peak moment for all dads, baseball dads specifically, all baseball dads across the country. Fucking amazing Tuesday night for all of them. But I actually have some Dodger thoughts, unless you want to spend more time on the Bees.
No. I'm okay.
I will say, the first time I saw that beehive, I was kind of in favor of just tearing down the whole stadium, build a whole new ballpark. There's nothing we could do. The Bees took it over. It's their park.
Now, if it was like a nest of spiders, oh yeah, no, that thing is like vacated. But
this real quick, just have a little bit of fun. I found out the game was delayed. Wasn't watching at the time, so I didn't know why it was delayed. And so my brother was asking, why do you think it got delayed? Take your best guess. I'm like, all right, so it's probably not a rain delay. Probably not that. I did immediately guess protest. That wasn't it. But then, because bees were so out of the question, I did not even consider that. That's so random. I thought the only explanation for a delay that wasn't rain or protest was that the jacuzzi in the outfield for the D-backs started overflowing onto the field. That was the only other reason I could come up with as to why it got delayed. I couldn't think of any other reason. I'm like, no, that hot tub's overflowing. That's the only explanation.
I wonder what they would do if that happened. Like, hold on. Would there be any, like, what would be like stadium specific events like that could only happen if you're at certain places?
Okay, I'm trying to think of
for the Astros, does the train come off the tracks or something? Like, does that happen? You got to be like, hey, we gotta wait, gotta get
the
Thomas
trash cans come out from the ground. How does their thing work? Like straight up, I'm trying to think of stadium specific instances where maybe they could have a stadium specific delay. If I'm thinking college football, this is actually a pretty quick one, but I immediately think Oklahoma when they had their carriage and they toppled over. Maybe Clemson running down Howard's Rock and one guy stumbles and everyone just eats shit over each other.
Was it USC? Was it USC a couple years ago where they were running out of the smoke and they like all fell over each other?
I think that was us.
I think that was USC.
May have been Texas. I think it was us.
I think it was
Texas though. I think it was us though.
It was a big program that like messed up. It was so funny.
When you brought that up, I immediately thought back to 2016, the year that USC won the Rose Bowl, but they started that year 0-3, first game of the season, neutral site game against Alabama, and it's a famous video of USC
going like this,
got the smoke, and they're all like talking.
And then they got blown
just
out,
absolutely slaughtered.
Was that a Derrick Henry? Was that a Derrick Henry performance, or was he before that?
Henry would have been gone. That
2014. You think he was 2014?
This is 2016. So Henry won the Heisman in 15, and 2014 Derrick Henry against Ohio State.
So it's not Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson was already gone, wasn't he, by 2016?
So gone. Like this is like
oh my God. Jacobs. Was it Bo? Was it Bo?
Oh, it actually may have been Bo Scarborough. I actually think it might have been Bo Scarborough. Like
people
it
forget.
could have been
People
like a
forget
mix of
Bo
him and
though.
like TJ Yeldon, Kenyon Drake, like just a mix of those guys. Oh, Kenyon Drake was definitely there. Kenyon
Definitely, he
Drake
was
was
definitely
100% there in
definitely there.
2016. But now you bring it up 2014. I know for fact Henry was there because in 2014, Derrick Henry was a true sophomore. And in the first quarter and a half of the Sugar Bowl against Ohio State won the Natty that year, but Alabama was up 21-3 with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Derrick Henry had, I believe, 3 touchdowns and like 90 yards on like 6 carries, and then Alabama didn't run him the football for the rest of the game. And like to this day, Urban Meyer says like, thank you for some reason taking Derrick Henry out of the game. Thank you, Alabama. Like, I'm sorry, real quick. I need to go grab my remote real quick. Gotta turn back my Champions League on. But here, say something real quick. I'll be back.
I guess I gotta take over. That was not expected. I didn't think that Grant was gonna care that much about Champions League. That's on you. You know what? You got to be prepared for the episode. That's on Grant for
I'm
not
back,
being
but
prepared.
real quick, what I'm gonna say real quick, and the FIFA people are going to immediately understand. Okay, as a man who the only reason I care about soccer, and yeah, it's soccer, it's not football, soccer. The only reason I care about it is because the FIFA 14 demo, okay, of the teams available in that demo, the one team that I like the most because of their colors was Borussia Dortmund, and they are in the Champions League semis, which I don't know how they even got there. So I need to be locked in. These are my boys. These are my dogs right here. Okay.
Okay. You know what? You just completely segued off what we were talking about. So let's talk about Dodger baseball. Let's go to Dodgers baseball.
That was the original topic here. Dodger baseball. I have some quick Dodger thoughts. A couple players that I either want to call out or shout out, but I want you to lead us here. What insights do you have on the Blue Nation right now? What are you thinking about the Doyers?
It is funny, but so bad that we have enough pitchers on IL right now to fully play a 3-game series. Okay, bullpen, closer, starting pitchers, everything. We have enough for a 3-game series. I
genuinely believe our injured pitching staff would be a top 15 pitching staff in the MLB.
Our injured pitching staff right now might be better than our starting pitching staff right now.
To be honest, yes, especially relievers.
So
like, if you were to tell me you can have, I'm not gonna. I don't know the Vesia too hard right now.
I don't know the timeline on all these guys. Also, to be fair, but
I'm hearing Bobby is projected to be back in around 2 weeks. Walker's been going through rehab starts. The velo's just not quite there yet, so I'm not.
What about Bruzdar?
He might be out for a while. He may be coming back at the trade deadline. I don't exactly know his injury, but he's 60-day IL. If there's one thing I've learned recently about the Dodger pitching staff is that if you see someone on the 10-day IL,
who is our strength and conditioning coach? He needs to be gone.
Yeah, no idea.
He needs to be gone.
Well, this is one thing. Of the 10 pitchers with the highest average pitching velos over the past 2 seasons, Bobby Miller is actually first on that list. Average fastball velo. Of the top 10, 9 of them are out for the season with elbow injuries. The only one who isn't is Hunter Green.
Which is surprising because you would also think that he would be one of the guys out with an elbow injury, considering he throws 105. So
I'm not sure if it's that fast, but yes,
he throws it very, very fast. But I guess when you do take him out when he gets blown up in the 5th inning every single game, it might not be as hard on him.
But yeah, I do think though that it's kind of unreasonable to ask these guys to be throwing, I don't know, 50 to 60, 198 plus mile an hour fastballs, and then you get 4 days of rest and you do it again, and you're supposed to do that for a 7th-month stretch. I am honestly considering, because I've heard that the MLB is trying to increase the number of pitchers on rosters to help combat these pitching injuries. And
like
I think
like specifically for pitcher, like pitching spots or like roster size.
Like roster size.
Well, I'm saying there's a difference between being like, hey, we'll expand the roster just for the pitching staff. Like we'll have, I don't know.
No, yeah, I think it's
just
converting
just
of the 26 players, increasing. I think the pitcher limit is currently 11 or 12. They just want to up that by.
But I'm saying you up it. Let's say it's 11 or 12. Let's say we're now making the roster 30, but those additional 4 spots need to be pitchers. Like it can't go to a shortstop or something. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say like overall, if they did just increase roster sizes, I'm not sure how many MLB teams would put hitters on their bench. I think almost all of them would be putting.
Well, the Dodgers might end up putting some outfielders in there just because that's what we do. But
well, we have a special situation with our corner outfielders this year. We're in a very unique situation, but I would just say overall, now with a universal DH, we don't really need to worry too much about pinch hitting as much as Dave used to. God, Dave used to be the double switch king before the DH existed. But like, because it's not as important having those pinch hitters, like you have a DH now. The bench isn't as important as it was when we were like in the true NL. So with those extra pitcher spots, that could be really nice. And just another thing that may be the solution to this, if it was just universal 6-man rotations in the MLB, like that may be a solution to it. Now I know in the playoffs that's getting cut to half. And you get like 3 days of rest, buddy. You better be ready to go. But
hey, no, true. It's just from
just to get through a season. Like guys can't get through seasons.
No, that's true. And there's a two different perspectives on this. One, you could be like, hey, you know what? If you go to a 6-man rotation, that's going to reduce money because people are going to be like, who the fuck is this 6th guy on my team? I don't want to watch this guy.
We have a luxury at the same time, we can have great.
At the same time, what I was watching with the B game, I think it was the B game. Maybe it was 2 games ago or something like that. I was just sitting there. I'm like, all of our pitchers are hurt, and I looked at our starting pitcher and like, I do not know who the fuck this guy is. I have not seen his name before.
Knack, so
that was who it was. I'm like, I've never, and I was like, I don't know who this guy. I'm like, I'm not turning on this game right now. But like, that's the point. Is at the same time, if you don't expand, then you have hurt pitchers. You're gonna actually start throwing in pitchers people don't know, and it does the same thing. So
yeah, I mean,
it's either or.
We even think to a degree last season, Gavin Stone probably got called up a little earlier, got absolutely demolished, and like that just ruined his confidence. And hey, Gonsolin didn't have a season.
Hey, have you seen Emmett Sheehan this year? Have we seen Emmett? Has Emmett come out yet?
He's hurt. He's hurt. Yeah, I know. It's a brutal reality we have here. Damn it. I will say though, we are very fortunate that we have depth at starting pitching. The Astros, I believe,
I don't necessarily know if I would call it
depth, and they can't replace them.
I don't really know if we would call it depth, but
for what you would expect from Dodger baseball, it's not up to par. Yes. Michael Grove has proved that. I am sick of watching Michael Grove pitch. Okay, like we're done here, Michael. But I do think though that our Emmett Sheehans of the world that can come in. Like not many other organizations have that when their starter gets hurt. Like
Kyle Hurt,
they don't have a guy. He may have got resent back down. No, I think he's up right now. But they're using him out of the pen.
Oh. Well,
but yeah, no, the starting pitching, even the relief pitchers, just the entire pitching staff, the injuries are absurd. They're ridiculous. Right now, Ryan Yarbrough has the 3rd most innings pitched on the season, and James Paxton is 4th. So, I mean, it's just like, what are we talking about here? I guess if there's a bright spot for me to mention, Vesey has been really good this year, okay? And he's going to be very important. He's our only lefty reliever, essentially. I think Yarbrough is too, but that's not a reliable name. But Vesey's got a 1.7 ERA. 1.7 ERA this year.
You think we can trade for Paul Skeens?
Yeah. So Paul Skeens currently, I think he has a 0.7 ERA.
Oh, so it went up after.
I don't know why
his
he
last
hasn't been
game
called
versus Manoah.
Yeah, actually, I think he may have increased his season ERA. But I expect him to get called up pretty soon here. I don't know why he hasn't been called up yet.
Like, yeah, Livy it's clearly not the Livy. The Livy theory was not accurate.
Yeah, the Livy theory. Even though it made so much sense. I was like, oh my god,
it did make a lot of sense.
Baseball.
It did make a lot of sense. Doing it. I don't know if you saw this too. By the way, I saw a post. Your favorite thing to talk about with baseball is conspiracy theories. I saw a post saying they changed the balls again. I don't know if you saw that, but I did see something. Somebody was saying like, "Oh, they changed the balls again."
What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't do my due diligence, but I did see a post on it.
I'm gonna have to take a little look at. I'm gonna have to take a little dive. Yeah, I mean, I love MLB conspiracy theories. I feel like because MLB, there are just so many variables involved. Like I do think
now has speaking about Dodger baseball, Ippei is back in the spotlight. And there is news on the gambling scandal.
Updated money stolen.
This is the funniest thing to me, though. The fact that Ippei took money to a casino to then give to a bookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Hey, I'll be honest. I've never been in Vegas. It
was a California. Right. It was a California bookie and Vegas bookie.
In Vegas.
California casino and a Vegas casino. Both like separate casinos.
One thing that I've realized is that I'm pretty sure in the state of Nevada, online betting, sports betting is not allowed. They want you to go to the casino.
I think you can online sports bet. I don't really know because you still use the books. It's the same like casino.
I'm just thinking though, like, did Ippei like go up to, I don't know, the Windows Casino or whatever and be like, hey, here's $16 million. Throw it on Ohio State money line against Michigan. Like what happened? Like, did he really think that would be a good idea? Like what? I have so many questions. I just have too many questions here. And like, I actually think the more we're kind of finding out now, seeing that Ippei like was actually willing to go through such crazy lengths to like gamble and just continue gambling. It's like, I give Shohei a slight pass for the start of this year. Like that was essentially his best friend for the past 6 years in the United States. And now he's a crook who's been stealing from him this whole time. Like Shohei doesn't have any friends here right now. Like he's going through a heartbreak right now. A bromance has just been ended, guys. Like this is traumatizing for Shohei. So he gets a slight pass, but real talk, Shohei, we got to figure it out with runners in scoring position. I'm sick of this. Okay.
He still thinks he's on the Angels, Grant. Give him a minute. Give him a break.
Okay. Actually, I need to explain this. So I was telling you this the other day. This boggled my mind. So first, with no runners on, Shohei Ohtani is a 1,300 OPS this year, Everett. That's higher than Babe Ruth's best seasons, Barry Bonds' best seasons, OPS wise. Like with no runners on, he is arguably the greatest hitter in baseball as of right now on pace. With runners on base, though, just on base in general, that goes down to a 780 OPS. And with runners in scoring position, it goes down to 590. I've never seen splits like that.
That's concerning nuts. For a lot of different reasons, but for Dodger playoffs, that's the most concerning thing.
Terrifying. Okay. And one thing that I was looking up the other day is Shohei. He's, of course, had some very excellent, phenomenal seasons in the past. I believe he's a 2-time MVP. Not just one. I think he's a 2-time MVP. But Ohtani, in his MVP season, okay, we're just going to go over the hits, home run stats he had, and then look at his RBIs and how shockingly low it is. Okay. So in Shohei Ohtani's MVP year, 2021, he put up, I got pulled up, 46 home runs at a 257, 372, 592 slash for a 970 OPS. He hit 46 home runs and he only had 100 RBIs. So let's just think about that real quick. Hey, every home run, that's one RBI. So if we take off home run, his own RBIs that he hit himself in, he had 54 RBIs. that I think that's a direct correlation of lack of RBI opportunities.
So do you think Shohei not being able to hit runners in scoring position is because of the Angels and their ineptitude to get on base? He has just no experience, or do you think Shohei just is not good at it?
Well, I'll answer both questions real quick. First, like, he does have a lack of experience in high pressure moments playing on the Angels. Like the World Baseball Classic, that was kind of the first time where we actually saw him in a high pressure moment.
Wasn't there also
Wasn't
there also technically no runners in scoring position for that though? It was just him. It was a tied game, wasn't it?
For Shohei?
Yeah.
Or I was just thinking World Baseball Classic, like this is the first time playing meaningful baseball.
He was pitching. He was pitching. That's right. He struck out Mike Trout.
Yeah, so like I'm just thinking from that.
That's also not batting though. That's not batting.
No,
that's
I know.
Completely different.
Exactly. So like he like hasn't been in many high pressure situations. Of course, he's probably hit a good amount of walk-offs in his career, but when you're doing that for a sub 500 Angels team that's out of playoff contention, like it's not really the same intensity. So I do think he is not quite experienced the pressure I get. And hey, Dodger fan, we're ruthless. Okay, we're now calling him a bum for runners scoring. Like there's a lot of pressure on him that he hasn't had before. And yeah, like I do think the Angels are to blame to a degree because he just wasn't in a position to be in those moments for the past 6 years. Now he is. Second half of the question though with Shohei, I think maybe this problem can sort itself out over time. So right now, ironically, Shohei is actually considered an unlucky hitter. His expected weighted on base is higher than his actual on base percentage. Mookie, on the other hand, his actual on base is much higher than is expected. So you should expect a bit of a Mookie degress. And Ohtani, you should actually.
But we are in Mookie May now.
Oh yeah, no, it is May. It is May. So wait till June for that to slow down. But Ohtani, he's getting a little unlucky. But one thing that I've realized that he loves swinging first pitch, like especially with the runners in scoring position. He loves swinging first pitch, and I have also noticed that he is swinging out of his shoes every single time. Like a running little joke going on Dodgers Twitter is Ohtani helmet loss tracker. How many times did he swing and his helmet fell off in the game? It's like average 4 per game. He swings out of his shoes so hard his helmet falls off. And he hits bombs. His average exit velo is like one of the highest ever. I want him to swing as hard as he can. I'm not going to doubt that World Series is won by home runs. Like that's how you win in playoff games now, home runs. And I don't want him to stop being aggressive. I don't want him to change his swing or anything. But I think other teams are realizing that he is always swinging first pitch and he just gets junk every single time first pitch.
We have
every single time first pitch.
We have Mookie May and we have James Outman June. I'm just saying, James Outman June. Look forward to it.
I'm trying to think of something I could do with Will Smith here. There's nothing.
So we have Jason Hayward July.
Do we have any A? Do we have?
Is there any A's? Austin Barnes, August. He's coming back. He's coming back.
And then we have
we could do Alex Vesia August. That might be a little more realistic, not by much, but possible.
Austin Barnes August is so funny. September. Who's our best S name? Shit. We have an S?
I don't think we have one.
I don't think we have an S on the team. I was gonna say Shohei, but that's a sh sound, so that doesn't work.
It would just be September like Shohei. It'd have to be the other way. September
Shohei. We're getting rid of the sound rhyme there. But yeah, Ohtani, I think teams are realizing that he swings first pitch, and
then we go back to October Outman.
It's October Ohtani. It's October Ohtani.
Yeah, so we just don't have a September. That's the problem, though. We don't have a September, though. That's the problem. We might not make it to October Ohtani. That's the problem.
Okay, after this, I'm going to look up all MLB players with a first or last name starting with a "sa" sound, okay? And I'll do some scouting. But Yeah, I think pitchers are realizing, or I think other pitching staffs are telling their guys, hey, he swings first pitch every single time. Throw that shit in the dirt and he will ground out. He's so good, he makes contact still, but he will ground out. And it's just consistent. He just swings first pitch, and we're seeing a lot of outs right now. A lot of outs with runners in scoring position. But if I want to give some shout outs, though, Andy Pages, what a pleasant surprise. What a pleasant surprise. I feel like it's every year now. Some Dodger rookie hitter will come up and produce. Last year, it was Outman for that whole start of the season. Season before, it was
Was
Lux.
that not 2? Yeah, 2 years ago. Technically, it was Outman's like come in.
Yeah,
year.
like we've just had some rookie come up and just produce, and we're seeing that right now out of Pages. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him. He is very. I really like his approach and how he can hit righties and lefties. One concern I was thinking was, ooh, this guy may be a lefty only hitter. No, he has reverse splits, better against righties and lefties, and he can play center. So there's some pressure on Outman here. Okay. I thought for a second that just might be a natural platoon situation, but Pages hits the righties. So I mean, Outman, you got some competition, and they both played in AAA together for a while. So they know each other well. They have experience, they have chemistry together. So yeah, Pages, we love that. Absolutely love it. And then last shout out, Will Smith, William Dill Smith. I love you so much.
Wait a second. I love you so much. Will Smith September.
Smith September. Yeah.
September Smith.
That'll have to that's way better. September Smith rolls off the tongue way better. Will Smith, I love you. You are a Dodger. That's a guy that I want to see him in a Dodger uniform forever. He has every reason.
You will.
Yeah, we will. And he has every reason to take the foot off the gas right now. Okay. He just got 140 million. He has every reason to maybe take a step back, maybe lose a little focus, but no, he's having the best hitting season of his career so far. Third in the MLB in batting average. I believe he has a 362 batting average, 403 on base, 543 slugging, 950 OPS. That's elite things you see. And another big thing that I love, he leads the MLB in sack flies since 2021 with 29 sack flies. So he takes his runs when it's available. He doesn't strike out. If we got runners on the corners and there's one out, no, he's not trying to go boom, boom. He's trying to hit a sack fly to score a run. He's trying to play baseball and win games, which I love. I'm totally okay with Ohtani shooting for a home run every time, with Will Smith being the conservative hitter. Get on base, get your hits, get your runs. So I'm okay with a little mixed approaches between our first four hitters. I would arguably say Mookie, Ohtani, Freddie, and Will Smith. They all have different batting approaches. So I'm okay with it. Freddie, maybe we could tweak his a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, we're 19 and 13 right now. We're first in the NL West. Let me quickly peek the standings real quick. I
think we're third.
Four and a half game lead.
Just in the NL West. I thought you meant in the NL.
Yeah,
I think we're third.
We
think we're third in the NL.
Yeah, 4-game lead. Giants are in second. Padres and D-backs tied for third, 4.5 games back. So yeah, I'm very cool with how we are.
The Marlins are that bad. Rip my guy. That is tough, Luis Ariz. That is tough.
They've got a little screwed with pitching injuries. Yuri Perez out for the season. TJ.
Yeah, just chalk it up. Just chalk it up. That's over.
Yeah.
Chalk that one up.
Just let me Houston, they're in last. In the AL West. Good. Like this thing though, they just have starting pitching injuries, and look at what that's done.
How could you be worse than Oakland?
We are 19 and 13.
I understand the Angels being worse than Oakland because Trout is dead and Trout is the team.
Everett, I think I actually know the answer. Why?
Okay, you're about to bring up one pitcher, but
Mason Miller.
But one pitcher does not define that.
For a closer, I would actually say it.
You have that much faith. You have that much faith in the Oakland Athletics and getting a lead to then bring in a closer and win games that often.
Well, this is just the thing that I've seen about our new king, Mason Miller. So I'm about to tell you a complete list of all pitchers in MLB history to have 8 saves and 20 strikeouts in any span of 8 regular season games ever in their MLB career. Mason Miller, and that's it. That's the list. He's the only pitcher in MLB history to have 8 saves and 20 strikeouts over any span of 8 regular season games. He, of course, did that in 8 of his first 12 regular
and
season
my
games
road
of the
to the
season.
show character. And my road to the show character.
He's genuinely a road to the show character. In his last 8 games, 8 1/3 inning, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, 1 hit, 1 walk, 20 strikeouts, 8 saves. He has a negative FIP. And FIP is just ERA, and it's fielding independent pitching ERA. So the only thing that counts are home runs, strikeouts, and walks, because those are the things where it's just the pitcher factored into it. He has a negative FIP. I have never heard of that in my life, ever. I'm pretty sure Pedro Martinez had the lowest ever FIP, and it was like a 1.7. He has a negative FIP. The numbers say that the Oakland A's should gain half a run when this guy comes in the game to pitch. I don't understand it. He's unreal. He's almost a guaranteed win right now if they have a lead in the ninth. Now, hey, there's only 14 times out of their 31 games have they had that lead effort. Okay, so not even 50% of the time to get it. But if it's there, it's a win. It's a win. This guy's unreal. But yeah, no, let's go back to clowning the Astros. They don't have the depth to make up for their starting pitchers getting hurt. We do. Although it's a dude named Landon Mack. I know Everett. I know. It's not as bad as what the Astros got going on. So, things are nice. Things are nice for us. Things could be way worse.
Brent, did you know that Will Shipley was on the Eagles?
I think I did know that. I think I did know that, actually.
I didn't know that. I don't love that.
That's kind of an interesting move, Shipley. Now, I mean, I've just been following him a lot because he's Clemson. He's 5-star there, so know a little. But you think he's gonna get much opportunities behind Saquon?
Yeah, because his whole Shipley's whole thing is that he's a wide receiver running back, as Madden would put it, a satellite back. So I saw that. Try not to spit out your water. I saw that.
Satellite back.
As per Madden, I think that's what Madden calls them. But that he's a receiving back. So yeah, I do think he's going to get playing time because I think that they're going to put in different sets where he's just going to be catching the ball. I think that's the whole reason why I'm
excited for 21 personnel, Saquon and Shipley in the backfield. Reminds me of Trevion and Quinshawn down in Columbus. I'm just playing. Yeah, no, we could dive into some Shipley talk more. I'm kind of game for a little Shipley talk right now.
Little Shipley action.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Dion right now, or we could talk about NFL. I'm kind of more down to talk about the NFL.
Yeah, I definitely am more down to talk the NFL.
All right, what do you got on the plate? What are you thinking?
Look, there's not much. There's not much. I mean, to talk about the draft just ended. We had our kind of draft reflection, the other day. But with that said, here's a couple of things that we just didn't talk about. First of all, in the draft, Bo Nix, did you see this whole thing about Bo Nix and his backpack? So in the meeting with Sean Payton, with Bo Nix had a backpack on, and Sean Payton was like, "Oh, what's in the backpack?" And Bo Nix reached inside, he grabbed a roll of tape. He was like, "That's for my ankles if I was going to train." He grabbed a pair of cleats. He grabbed a lacrosse ball, which he was like, "I use this for rolling out my back." And then the rest of it was just it was all football related stuff. And apparently that sold Sean Payton on him. My favorite thing is this doctor, this PT, this physical therapist that's just on football Twitter. I see him all the time. He goes,
"Oh, I think I know what you're talking about." But
my takeaway from this is that Bo Nix has bad ankles and a bad back. Can you imagine you're talking to your coach and you're like, your potential coach, you're a player, and you're like, "Yeah, I got to tape my ankles whenever I train. I do this to roll out my back." But you have to have that on you. And the next thing is it makes it seem like you have a bad back and bad ankles. Like that is funny. And if they just drafted a player that has, by the way, I think he's the oldest player in this draft, and at least quarterback wise, older than Michael Penix. So
I wasn't aware.
It would only make sense for the oldest quarterback to have a bad back and bad ankles. So I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is. I mean, you don't need to ask me twice to troll the Broncos a little bit. So
now, Grant, here's the other thing. The TJ Hawkinson trade from 2022 is officially done. All the picks have been used, whatever. This is where the picks went. These are where the picks went. This includes using them to trade up with other picks, anything. It's just what the picks were a part of to get players, right?
Yeah, got it.
The Lions used the picks on Hendon Hooker and a trade up for Terrion Arnold. Okay. The Vikings got TJ Hawkinson, Jay Ward, who's a safety for us, draft last year, and just this guy, not much significance to the team, JJ McCarthy. Just off of the picks themselves that were used, I know that the Lions then got Sam Laporta, but just off the picks, even if you threw Sam Laporta in here, I feel like the Vikings kind of won that. I feel like the Vikings kind of won that.
Can you just real quickly say, everyone, just real quick, the players you got versus players Lions got?
Vikings got TJ Hawkinson, Jay Ward, and JJ McCarthy. The Lions got Hendon Hooker and Terrion Arnold.
And Laporta?
If you want to, he didn't technically, he wasn't used by the Vikings pick, but like, yes. You can say that technically.
No, even counting him in, no, yeah, I'm going to take your side there with JJ. How did you get a first round pick from that?
We used the pick that we got from them to trade up a spot to get JJ. That's what I'm saying. That where the picks went, what they were used in combination for.
Okay. Yeah,
we did not get a first round pick from them to take on Hawkinson.
Like, wait a second. Well, I think I missed that trade. Yeah, I think you guys came out well. Like JJ, we're gonna be talking about him a lot over these next few months. We're gonna be a lot of JJ McCarthy discussion on this podcast. But I said it before, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to switch up. I thought whoever's going to the Minnesota Vikings is going to be good because you're just in a situation to succeed and to have success. With JJ, like I wonder maybe he may be ready to go.
Maybe we'll see. He still has to meet the criterias to be able to start. Like that still needs to happen. If that happens before the season starts, great. But he's not gonna be named the week one starter before he sees preseason action at the bare minimum.
Yeah, no.
And by the way, in the preseason, you better fucking have that Guardian helmet on him. I swear to God, get that thing on his head. I know he wants to drip, but like in the preseason, give him that or give him a Vices. I know he's not going to want a Vices.
I wonder what Harbaugh's approach to preseason. I don't know.
Run the ball.
Well, yes.
You're going to have a 3 running back
like
set
starters,
and no
letting him in or whatnot.
3 running back set, no quarterback. That's how you're running.
Oh, just all-time Wildcat kind of?
All-time Wildcat, but like
Perma Wildcat. Wildcat in 21 personnel.
Actually, I don't know if that's smart because you might be down Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins within like 3 games.
Well, I'm not sure if you heard the news, but apparently J.K. Dobbins is now injury-proof. He can't get injured. That's what I'm reading.
What happened? Did he like sacrifice
I don't know.
to injury god? Like what's going on?
I just read that he won't get injured anymore. And hey,
so Grant, you know,
it must be true.
You know how
he said he's not going to get injured.
You know how we test this theory.
I'm going to draft J.K. Dobbins in the 5th round. We're going to really see. You better put your money where your mouth is. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that. That's an awful idea. I think I have done it to him before.
I think you did it to both Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins.
I know for a fact I've done it to Gus. Like I literally.
No, you did it to Jerick McKinnon. You did it to Jerick.
Well, that was the first one. Jet was the first one. I'm so sorry, Jet. That's on me, bro. That is all on me.
Was that San Francisco? Because people forget he was in San Fran for a year. That was his first year. He signed with San Francisco.
Actually, I think the year Allen Robinson was on the Rams, I took him round 5. I didn't injure him though. He was already dead. That was just a really bad pick. I didn't end his career. He already did that himself. But yeah, no, just I don't think I've ever had a good 5th round pick in fantasy football. Thank God we had an auction draft for the Dynasty League because 5th round pick, I would have traded it. Oh yeah, you could trade picks. I would have had to trade out.
Yeah, we have 4 rounds. We have 4 rounds in our rookie draft. At least it's not 5, but we went 5.
Yeah, that would have been the only explanation. I would have had.
You have to trade.
There, but yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, JK. I'm not.
Is it? Wait, Grant. Is it 5th round specifically, or is it just the 5th pick? The 5th pick that you make.
Well, for 99.9% of fantasy leagues, it's 5th pick is 5th round. But
no, I know, but that's why I'm saying. I'm saying if it's 5th
we
pick,
made it. No.
If it's 5th pick, I know. Then you should be concerned about the dynasty.
No, yeah, you just terrified me. I never even considered that. I've always.
We might need to look at. Hold on.
It was the 5th pick I take.
I want to go back to. I want to see when you drafted. When you drafted, who you drafted in that rookie draft in the 5th overall pick, or the 5th time, like whoever you got like 5th overall. I gotta find that. But
it is a little unfair to compare because it's auction. Like Jonathan Taylor was the first player nominated.
No, true.
The first pick. Oh no. So like,
but still.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was Stephon Diggs. Actually, now that I think it actually was Stephon Diggs. I think it was Stephon Diggs. Did you find this quickly, or
I'm looking. I'm looking.
I know none of you care about.
Nobody cares. You keep talking. Bring up. Talk about the Chargers. Talk about the outlook for your guys' offense going forward, because we haven't talked about that much. And also
the outlook of the offense.
You guys
run the damn ball.
You guys and us are both looking at signing Tyler Boyd. So,
I did just see that. I think the Titans are the other team. I think I read that right, or a team with a T. I'm sorry. I want to check that real quick. Yeah, it says
Grant.
Chargers and Titans.
Oh, Grant.
Dude, why would he go to the Titans?
Oh, Grant. Oh, no.
Who's
Grant.
my 5th? Was it Justin? Was it Justin? Or Jackson? Jackson.
It was Geno Smith.
Oh. Well, I got rid of him.
But he got hurt last year, Grant.
No, yeah, I mean that's on.
So
me.
It might be.
Wait. So I'll be honest. I was a big Geno truther going into last season, and you had your doubts, which after last season, good doubts. Is now knowing this.
Oh, thank God!
Are we back in on Geno?
Thank God.
Are we back in on Geno knowing this?
Well, no. The way that this works is that means Geno Smith's going to be on the Chargers, based on this logic at some point. If you drafted J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards at both in the 5th round, that's it. But I mean, you did draft him in the 5th round, and of that same season, he got hurt. So
I mean, it
was your 5th pick. So I mean, how many picks do you have this year? That's the next problem.
I have a lot. I will have a 5th pick, but I can't trade the 5th pick because then now the 5th pick just moves to later. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's the concern here.
Or whoever I draft with my 5th pick, I immediately trade him to someone else.
You might have.
I think that's my only solution.
You might have.
It's my only solution. I don't think there's any way out of this other than that, right?
Like, the funny thing is, a lot of people who are probably listening to this right now either don't care, they're like, it's not that big of a deal. No. Grant literally is going to trade this player. Like, we're not Grant is gonna trade this player.
The verdict's out. Jerick McKinnon, he won Super Bowls afterwards, but he was never the same.
Or you just have to be aware that this player is going to not play this season.
Like Gus Edwards, I seriously think
the only problem
for a long time.
The only problem
last
is
year 13 touchdowns. But
these guys are rookies, Grant. So them getting hurt might actually ruin their career.
Oh yeah.
You single-handedly
realizing the power I have here.
You're single-handedly cursing a player's, like, you need to draft somebody on the Chiefs, Grant. You need to draft somebody on the Chiefs.
I just realized my power actually can be a weapon. All right, I'll draft a Packers player if you give me $50. You guys, who wants me to ruin your rival's rookie? Who wants it? I'm taking money requests.
Venmo.
Hey, if I would have known, I would have drafted Dontavian Wicks for you last year with my fifth. I would have done that for you. I would have done that for you.
I have him on my team though.
No, I know, but I'm just talking from a fan perspective here.
Oh no, yeah,
Wicks is who you're most scared of, and
I'm scared, dude.
So yeah, I would have done that for you. Like Spencer Rattler. Let me do that.
Yeah, do that.
Spencer Rattler.
That. Yeah, let's kill his career.
Let me just kill Spencer Rattler.
Let me ruin his career real quick.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take Rattler. I'm gonna ruin a man's career. But okay, more football talk. If we could, quickly, little Chargers. Oh yeah, no, it's just run the football. It's run the football, run the football, run the football. This team, when I think like, how good could this team do? Like, can this team win a playoff game? I would say, fan opinion, yeah, we could probably win a playoff game. Do I think we could like make it to an AFC championship game? No. Do I think we can make a Super
Wait,
Bowl
hold on. You think you can win a playoff game in the AFC right now?
Maybe. Like, this is fan Grant talking. Maybe. Maybe.
Grant.
But what I'm saying is we're not winning shit this year anyway. So I think at the end of the day, on offense, priority number one is get Joe Alt. Make sure he is the Hall of Fame All-Pro tackle that everyone tells me in the comments. Okay, we got to make sure that happens. Which I don't have any doubts that like is going to derail and some's going to go bad. But Joe Alt, like, he's probably priority number one in terms of progression. Obviously, the receiver room, like, lad, I'm the most confident in. Like, it'd be nice if Brendan Rice could end up stepping up and being another big receiver, but it's like, if he doesn't, it's okay. Like, at the end of the day, Joe Alt needs to pan out and hit. Herbert cannot have another injury lingering into the next season. Like, we're done with this shit. Okay, we're done with the old Chargers. We don't get injured anymore. Quote from J.K. Dobbins. But one of those wide receivers kind of needs to just step up. Maybe, I doubt it could be QJ. And if it were to be one of them, it probably would be Brendan Rice. But that's like a hope, a dream of mine to happen. Not expecting it to happen, but from an offensive perspective, I do think the goal is just reestablish the run game. Like, Zion Johnson, I've been hearing some things that they're Harbaugh and like the O-line coaches, they're liking what they're seeing out of Zion Johnson. Specifically did not say anything about Jamari Sawyer though, so I'm just a little concerned about right guard. But yeah, like, Zion, if he can just be a slightly above average guard, that's a massive W. Like, if we can get some development out of him with Harbaugh specifically, like, that's very big. Honestly, now I think that's maybe a top 3 priority for the offense. But I would say overall, defense is what I'm so worried about this year. Like, Harbaugh just always has great defenses. Jesse Minter, I was terrified of him when he was at Michigan. Horrifying to think
but it does take time to develop those defenses.
Oh, 100%. Like, Junior Colson specifically, I'm gonna have big expectations for him this first year. It should not be warranted here. He doesn't deserve to have this pressure from me, but I'm expecting him to be great next year. Bosa, I just hope he stays
healthy. The fact that you guys drafted Diane Hanley in the 2nd round last year, and he's not even like a start, not even a rotation guy, is so bad.
It's just, dude, Telesco's drafting it's nuts, like crazy. Like, ironically, Tui Peloto was a great pick, but like,
I want to see who did the Rams, or not the Rams. Who did the Raiders draft with Telesco? I want to see how that compares to like your
Bowers with Michael Mayer already there. Then they got JPJ, phenomenal pick, 2nd round. I was so mad seeing that they got him.
Delmar Glaze from Maryland. That was a reach.
They got a receiver in there or something. I don't know.
No, they got Tommy Eichenberg, round 5.
That's funny.
Um, no,
I'm not sure if Eichenberg quite fits in the modern day NFL. I'm not sure if he's athletic enough, but
I think outside of
dog,
these first two
dog.
picks, it was
He is
it's
a
not it
Raider.
was
He
not a
would
great
embody
draft.
Raider football. So
Outside of these first two picks, not a fantastic draft. No.
yeah, get used to awful day 2 and day 3 picks from Telesco. Get ready, it's coming, and don't be so certain on your day 1 picks either. Like, don't be so certain about those. But yeah, defense, I am kind of more excited and a little more optimistic and hopeful that they could take a step up.
I just think that that defense will probably take a step up, but it probably will not be like.
No, I'm not saying
amazing.
They're going to be like a top 6 defense in the. I'm saying let's be the 16th defense. That would be over my.
You want to make the kind of leap that the Vikings defense made last year with Brian Flores.
Yeah, getting rid of Ed Donatel. Like now that Staley's gone, it's like, oh my god, we actually can.
They're both enjoying time together in Guantanamo Bay right
now. Yeah, that or Thailand with Cliff. Well, shit,
neither of us are Giants fans, Grant, but what do you think is more horrendous for the Giants fan base as just its existence? The yacht picture or Ed Donatel? Which is worse for the Giants as an organization, as a fan of the Giants? What is worse, Ed Donatel or the yacht picture?
I think it has to be the yacht picture. Now I know for sake of this, Ed Donatel's what he did leading to a Daniel Jones $160 million contract. It's unforgivable. If we're talking actual impact, it is Ed Donatel. But if we're talking emotional,
I don't know. The yacht picture did have significant impact.
Okay, yes, that as well. But if I'm just talking memes, like being able to wear a Giants hat, a Giants shirt in public, like that yacht picture set them back years from being a public fan of the Giants and not being embarrassed. Like, you had to hide your Giants fandom identity for a while after that yacht pick.
The funny thing is, I think Tyler Nubin, the safety from Minnesota, I think he got drafted by the Giants, and he posted a picture of him on a yacht like after the draft. And he was like, "New York, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this again. I promise. It was the only one. It was the only time." Like,
yeah, if you play for the Giants, you are not allowed. You're not allowed to be on any boat. You're not allowed to.
You are not allowed to be on the.
You're not allowed to look at water. Okay, land,
only land,
just land. Okay. But actually, okay. Well, other thing I guess that could be interesting. I think. Okay, this is just me having fun here. I'm too biased. I cannot give you an honest answer. I can't give you a non-biased take. Can Marvin Harrison Jr. be a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL from day 1?
No.
Is he?
Not from day 1. No, not from day 1, Grant. No. Okay. Why would that ever be the case?
How long until he can be considered a top 10
Grant, wide receiver? Because I would say
Justin Jefferson got that label like week 11 rookie year, 12 rookie year. It was like, nope, surefire. That's the dog, or no?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
JJ,
you're two. Everybody.
Oh, I forgot. JJ still doesn't have his respect. Right.
Still don't have respect, and also on top of that, like he did not have any respect his rookie year. Like people were like, "Why the fuck is Justin Jefferson in the top 10 when we were doing that?" But I mean, look. Let's just talk about the players right now. Okay. Marvin Harrison Jr. to be a top 10 wide receiver out of the gate needs to beat out Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Puka, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs. Like, there are a lot of guys that you need to beat out to be borderline top 10.
I think
just looking at the stats,
actually might be better than a couple of the guys you just mentioned. I genuinely think that, but once again, I'm too biased. I can't.
Then which guys? Then which guys?
when you said Nico Collins, I chuckled a little on the inside.
I'm gonna tell you the
Stephon
top.
Diggs, I laughed a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you the top 20 guys in receiving yards from last year. All these guys above 1,000 yards. Okay, and I'm saying 20 because Justin Jefferson's at 19, just because of asterisk there. This is the top 20. All right. So you tell me if you think that Marvin Harrison Jr. would be better entering the league day one than these guys. Okay. Yes or no. That's all you need to say.
Okay. All right.
Tyreek Hill?
No.
CeeDee Lamb?
No.
Amon-Ra? Grant, what the fuck?
No, I know. I told you. I'm crazy. Crazy.
Puka?
Yeah, he's better. He's more talented than Puka today.
There's a difference between talents and performance.
Yeah, I know. I'm literally just.
You need to be performance. Performance is what matters in the NFL. Talent matters, but performance is what really matters. So performance.
I'm thinking. Well, for reference, they got Amari as the number 10 receiving. We're not going to say
that's. I'm going through receiving yards. I just need a yes or no.
Okay, yeah. Let's keep doing this. Okay, AJ Brown.
No.
I'd have to say no because he's now the highest paid wide receiver.
DJ Moore.
I believe Marv's more talented.
Performance, Grant. Performance.
Okay, 1,300. I don't know if. Low key in Arizona.
Oh my fucking god.
Marv probably could put up 1,300. Marv probably could.
So you say yes. Brandon Ayuk.
That one I'm going to say no. I respect Ayuk.
Nico Collins.
Yeah, Marv's way more talented than
Mike Evans. Evans.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper.
1,000,000%.
Keenan Allen. You just told me
based on injuries, yes, but no.
Your whole argument was
more talented.
Okay, I had this argument with you about Jordan Addison. Now you're flipping the script. But okay, Jamar Chase.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Jamar Chase.
I think Marv's way better than Jordan Addison.
That's fine. But I was talking about
Jamar. No, Jamar and Justin Jefferson are the two that I cannot say
Stephon
more talented than them. Performance. I actually think with that room, yes.
Michael Pittman. Davante Adams.
That one I'm ironically going to say no, even though it should be yes.
Shouldn't be yes. No. George Pickens. Chris Olave.
I think yes, actually.
It's fine. DK.
I'd say yeah, but
Justin Jefferson.
Obviously no.
Devonta Smith.
Don't ever compare Smitty and Marv ever.
Just for reference, we're borderline yes, no, whatever. At a bare minimum, Tyreek, CeeDee, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown.
Brandon, I would say without question. Yeah, those.
I'm not, but it doesn't matter if it's debatable. I'm still including it because either way,
Jamar and JJ.
Tyreek, CeeDee, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Jamar Chase, Davante Adams, Justin Jefferson. We're at 8. 8 was consensical above Marv. Okay.
And I'll put Keenan there too. Say he's over.
So 9. So you'd be putting Marv at 10 entering the league right now. Other wide receivers that were not mentioned, by the way, that we just should go through.
The Garrett one's interesting. Garrett has me thinking.
Garrett, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, Zay Flowers, Drake London. So it seems like there's at least 10 guys that you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. It's a little.
I still think you were biased as shit, but that's fine.
Well, I'd say a couple of names. Yeah, sure. Any Raiders player, Davante Adams, 0 respect out of me. But and any Michigan player, negative respect out of me. You should expect that. But I do think Marv is special.
It's fair. But I think with that, do you have anything else?
Uh, I got a quick little thing I just want to say real quick. Troll Michigan real quick.
I just had
Michigan
to make
fans are
sure before I
finally.
started saying something, then you end up just cutting me off anyways. So
Yeah, no,
per
no,
usual.
I'm gonna get this out of the way. Michigan fans are finally learning about their new running back coach, Tony Alford, the biggest snake in the city of Columbus. Okay, so they're learning about his recruiting mishaps after Michigan just missed out on their top running back target in 2025 from the great state of Ohio, Everett, who has now committed to Kentucky. Shout out Perry. You guys got a dog. You guys got a dog at running back. But Everett, I think you might remember this a year or so ago when I was complaining a lot about Tony Alford, who was at Ohio State at the time, for missing out on his two top running back 5-star targets who both went to Alabama. I think you may remember that conversation.
Yep.
But Tony Alford has a pretty long history of just missing on guys. Trevion was kind of like the only guy he hit on. And I'm pretty sure J.K. Dobbins and Trevion are the only NFL running backs he's ever recruited. And Trevion doesn't even count yet. So it's literally just J.K. That's it. Like, he does not have a great track record. This is my favorite fun fact of the day, though. Bijan Robinson, yeah, that guy, he was a silent commit to Ohio State, but unfortunately, Tony couldn't lock that down, so he went to Texas instead. Can you imagine CJ Stroud with Bijan throwing to Marv?
Texas might be back.
Hook them.
They might be back.
Yeah, so Michigan fans, they're finally learning about it, but I respect the good majority of Michigan fans who are being like, hey, they tried to warn us, guys, not gonna lie. Like maybe the Ohio State guys were right. Maybe this Tony Alford dude isn't very good. So I respect the majority crowd who are being like, wait, guys, they actually weren't just being butthurt. They were actually warning us. Like, he is not great at recruiting. But yeah, that was my last little piece of information.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post new TikToks and YouTube every week, so make sure to check us out there for exclusive content. And hey, just want to give the Waterboys a little round of applause, some finger snaps. Your Waterboys are done with college, so little finger snaps for the boys.
Not quite yet, pretty much, but yeah,
pretty much. So I want to just shout out the guys, the unnamed intern. Actually, no, the unnamed intern, he's still got a little bit to go. So
yeah, no, quarter system. Am I right? Or am I right?
That's the problem. Hey, you shouldn't have given him that information. But with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Really limits the options. Not like shit. I don't know. 30% of colleges are in quarter system, but okay.
Whatever. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.